Okay. Okay, so this video is going to be about our stealth mode. So if you have interviews with different coding platforms, like let's say CoderPad. So if you use any of the other AI applications in CoderPad, it's going to identify them very easily. I'll tell you how. So let's say I start this interview and I'm making it visible for you guys. Now, for example, there is any question that is displayed. For example, let's say the coder pad is displaying some kind of a question on the backend. And now, if you focus, now we clicked on this. Assume we are clicking on the coder pad. Now our mouse focus is here, so that's why we are seeing this cursor blinking. So whenever we hit a screenshot to capture the coding question and hit center, so now if you see the cursor blinking is gone. That means the focus is out of the coder pad. Now we are clicking on this. So whenever you go out of coder pad like this, you will see a notification saying that the so and so person is moved out of this, so and so person is opening a new tab or something. That's all happening because your focus is not in the coder pad. So to solve this problem, we have something called stealth mode. So along with this visible and invisible, you can select the stealth. So whenever you select the stealth mode, by default it's going to be invisible. But for this video, I make this visible so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. So yeah, so this stealth mode, it's not going to be interactive. So whatever I'm clicking here, now if you see, I'm clicking on send button, capture button, nothing is going to interact, nothing is going to work. The reason is this can be only interacted with keyboard right now. So even if you click on something here, nothing is going to happen on the application. So now what happens is uh, on the top we have a message here saying that you need to hold Control Alt and Shift key before you do any of the stuff with the stealth mode. So now on my keyboard I'm hitting Control Alt and Shift. This is because I'm on Windows, I'm seeing these shortcuts. If you are on a Mac, you'll see different shortcuts, something like Command Option Escape or something. So you can see everything on your screen when you open this on Mac. So yeah, after hitting these three keywords, now what am I trying to do? For example, now I'm trying to move this application. So for moving, I have arrows. So now I hit the arrows along with the Control Alt and Shift, and I move this application. So now, if I do the same thing, if I click on this, and you see the cursor blinking there, and now if I try to move the application, your cursor is still blinking. That means the focus did not change from the coder pad to the other, other tab. So you will not be getting any notification that this person left the coder pad or any other tab for that reason. So, and then you can interact any of this using your keyboard shortcuts itself. Now, if you start with this, so to increase and decrease the height of this window, we have W and S. So I keep holding Control Alt Shift and then I click W, and now the size is decreased, and I hit S, size is increased. Similarly for width, A for increasing the width, D for decreasing the width, and then scroll down, scroll up. All these controls are notated here, but you need to remember that you need to click these three buttons before you click any of this. Similarly, if you want to close the transcription, Control Alt Shift, and again you need to hit the T button to close the transcript. Similarly for history, H and open. And then if you want to interact with any of this response formats, you can click 1 for standard, 2 for star, and then if I hit 3, it will be opening a code. Similarly with the system design. So whatever you're trying to do, you can only do them with keyboard interactions. So that's how the stealth mode works. And then what else? Yeah, you can use this height. You can use the height, call comma dot, and then width, scroll up and down. And for capture you have the button C, so Control Alt Shift and you hit C. And then for sending you have enter, so Control Alt Shift plus enter. And for removing the last screenshot you have backspace, you do that. So whatever the interactions you're trying to do with the application, you're only going to do with keyboard because the mouse is not clickable here. We are trying to make sure our focus is not moving from uh, the previous one. So that's the whole point. Similarly, even if you open a code window here, it will have a different controls here. For increasing and decreasing the height, you'll have the buttons I and K, J and L for the width. So you can basically stick to using this keyboard shortcuts. Yeah, that's pretty much about the stealth mode. So use it whenever you don't want to, get flagged in interviews using CoderPad or any other one which tracks the user focus. Whenever you click on a different application and it tells you that the person has moved to a different tab, then the stealth mode is useful in that situations. So yeah, that's about the video.